You see here, hi guys and gals. Well, it's going to be a bit of a beer vlog. This is an O'Hara Irish Stout, brewed in some county in Ireland. Not quite certain. County Carlow could be, not quite certain. Okay, I've got on my drinking T-shirt. It was sent to me by Mr. Tweetness, so Dave. And opening the bottle with the Boulevard bottle opener. Okay, so for those who are into statistics, it's a half-liter bottle, 4.3% alcohol. I don't have a neutral glass like this, so it's a Guinness glass. So very nice and dark. It's a stout. So you gotta expect that it's gonna be like that. Nice and dark. Oh, I won't get good points for pouring. I didn't pour it in a way to make a lot of head. But anyway, you can see the way it is. Nice and dark. Smells nice, really does. Almost a little bit of a molasses smell. You can tell it's an Irish stout. Really, really nice. And there's a touch of sweetness and a touch of tartness at the same time. Have you ever had really, what we won't call blackstrap molasses? I mean, it doesn't taste quite like this, but you know blackstrap molasses has a bit of sweetness and a bit of tartness at the same time. Like us, right? So, for those of you who would be heavy stout lovers, I think you'd like this actually. I mean, it's not, I shouldn't say heavy, but I mean there's some stouts that really just kind of stick there. This one is nice. There is a bit of aftertaste that comes into the back part of the mouth as it goes. Yeah, there is a little bit, but way less than, I can't remember which beer it was. I once said that it was like basically almost sticking there after. It was like, wow. No, this is nice. It's just enough. It's not overpowering. It's just a nice drink. So, O'Hara Stout. They have other beers. I think I have had some, maybe in another beer vlogs. It was something I bought here. It's probably the last fancy beer I have now. Got rid of most of them before Easter. Oh, that is nice. What am I going to vlog about today? Simple times. What do I mean? Excuse me. What do I mean by that? Simpler times. Probably days before we had all these things and the computers and the digicams. But mostly I'm thinking of when we were, well, some of us at least, but most of the people that watch my videos, when we were kids, we had television that had dials with station numbers, you know, channel 2. Where I used to live, channel 2 was Radio Canada, French. Channel 3 was Burlington. It was CBS, Burlington, Vermont. There wasn't any channel 4. I mean, there was 4, but there wasn't any channel 4. Channel 5 was Plattsburgh, NBC. Channel 6 was CBC, but the English network. Channel 7 was Sherbrooke, which was a CBC French. Channel 8 was ABC, and it was in Maine somewhere. I mean, we could get it all the way from there. And I think it was. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. That was the one that came in not so good at times because we had antennas. There wasn't a 9 at the time. There was later on. It was a French CBS. 10 was a private one in Montreal from TVA network. There was no 11, and there was Channel 12, which was CFCF, which was a private network in Montreal. I guess it was also elsewhere in Canada. There was no 13 at the time. That was where the dial finished. And when I was a kid, we didn't have UHF. which some people are saying, what? Yeah, that was like verse 22 and 33 that came on later. And 57. 33 was PBS. So we're saying, what the heck are you talking about? Why are you talking about these things? Well, now we've got everything on internet. Our internet provider, we've got IP phones, fast internet, and television through the internet, HD. Really fiber optic super connections. Simpler times, yeah. Well, televisions are connected by the Wi-Fi with something over here. And every now and then, it screws up. And now it's screwed up bad. I've basically, the whole idea of Wi-Fi is no cables. No wires, basically. Well, right now, the Wi-Fi connectors, I think they've even blogged on this before, they've stopped communicating to each other. The one on top has not stopped communicating with the other ones. And so there's no television signal. So I had a 10 meter, so that's 33 odd feet, Ethernet cable, which I've connected up to so that Mrs. DC can watch the television downstairs on the big screen. And I was a couple hours with, well, it's probably 3-4 phone calls, but one of them was close to 2 hours with the help desk. He almost screwed up my internet as well. I had to re-register. Anyway, it was, and of course I have to do all this with the iPhone, so my cell phone, because if he starts screwing up the internet, which now we have IP phones, we won't have a phone to talk with the people. Simpler times. Now, when everything works, frankly, when everything works, it works better than anything we've ever had. And the recording things and everything, I mean, it's fantastic. It really is. But in all the years that we had to turn the antenna, I guess the snowstorms were the worst, but we kind of sat down and got used to watching things that weren't in HD, where a lot of snow, both outside and in the screen. But we managed to watch the shows. Radio? Hey, we had batteries. Yeah, we had a battery-run radio. And you know something? That worked all the time. All the time. The internet never came down on that. I was just thinking, you know, it's like, yeah, things were simpler. We were watching about the same number of shows. Because even if you've got 500 channels, you can only watch one at a time. Yeah, we can program to record things. No, you couldn't do that before. You asked a friend what happened. Actually, it really was that way. And anyway, everybody was watching Hockey Night in Canada on some of those days, so there wasn't anything else to watch anyway. Today, with the DVDs, I can catch up on the ones I didn't watch years ago. So what do you think? With all the new stuff, the new technology, it's really great. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm fully into it. Yeah, I am complaining. I mean, I'm fully into it. I'm more into internet and Facebook and so on than my kids. I mean, they come to me when they need something. It's not the other way around. So yeah, I am into it. I'm probably, you know, total geek. And at the same time, it's like, wasn't it easier before? Like, I spent over 4 hours today trying to reconnect that thing. It's not reconnected yet. I mean, eventually it will be, but it's still not. And that never happened before. Oh, goodness. It's a good thing that beer is made in the same way. I think it is. Simpler things. So I might put up another little video next to this one. I probably won't tack it on because it's very different subjects, I guess, because I made a slight geocaching video. But I wanted to talk about that. It seems I was just like so freaking frustrated about spending the whole afternoon trying to sort out simple things. And the other thing is, you know how help desks people are. I mean, the Swisscom people, help desk people are generally good, and I can't really complain again. But they are used to speaking to somebody, you have the feeling, that doesn't know the difference, I don't know, between, I don't know. It starts like, the way they talk to you is like, did you plug it in this way? And I say, yeah. Did you really plug it in? Is your Ethernet cable there? I mean, I know they're maybe used to talking to people that don't know about these things. But when you try and tell them, yeah, I did it, I booted it, I resetted it, it's like, you can almost see them at the other end, like saying, who's he trying to be? And sometimes, I don't know. That's another vlog, isn't it? Okay. Let DC sign off with his O'Hara's Irish Stout. Cheers. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.